Hello everyone! So, in the past, I've done multiple how-tos or tutorials, and let's just say that those are not my best work, and certainly not the most instructive. I decided to make some tribe bases around a week ago and thought, like, hey, I could make another tutorial video. I finished 3 of my tribe bases, so let's go over those 3 in this video, and then I'll do the others in separate videos, of course. So, starting off with the mudwings, probably one of my least favorite tribes to draw just because they are so basic, but when I do draw them, I tend to make them very blocky or bulky, same thing really, like how they are canonly. I don't think canonly is a word, but we're gonna use it anyways. I have been curling their horns around their ears lately, though. It's really fun, and it kind of just adds a little bit more pizzazz to them. And I've currently been trying to make the tribes look more unique and different, so like you can tell which one it is, like, from the start. So, and with the mudwings, that's really hard just because there's nothing really, like, different about them. If you get what I mean. Like, they can breathe fire, and they're brown, and, like, that's it. So, I try to do it in their size or, like, their shape, which is still hard for me just because I'm really bad at making the tribes look different. So that's what I've been trying to do. However, I decided to make their ears more floppy and big, maybe bigger than what I did here, but, I noticed that now. But just make them look cuter, and I think they'd look cute with floppy ears. I give them oversized talons because why not? And, again, on that bulkiness, makes sense, whatever. And the spines along their back are slightly more pointy than what I normally do, so that's something more unique. Their canon scale patterns never interested me as much, so I either add little scale detail or just none and make up my own pattern for their scales. Alright, sea wings next. And with sea wings, I find they are much easier to make more unique, and, compared to pretty much any other tribe. I love messing with their designs, and, also coloring. They are probably one of my favorite tribes to draw just because they're so unique. But, onto what I do now. So, I've been doing recently, like, with their ears, I make them, like this, like their fin design. I make that the inside of their ears. You can see that on the screen. I'm not good at explaining things, so don't rely on everything I say. Anyways, yeah, it's probably my favorite part that I did with this design. But I make the inside of their ears look like fins, which is so cute. I love it so much. Anyways, back on track. I put extra fins on the underside of their tail, so you know how it like goes down their spine. I did it underneath on the underside of their scales just because I imagine it would help them swim faster and better, with more power. So, there's that. I also added this little dewdrop thing on the end of each wing bone, which resembles the fins slightly, kind of. But overall, I try to keep sea wings flowy and round, more circular. For size, it honestly depends. I can imagine them being small, but the ocean is so big, and sea wings don't have a specific reason to be small like all those tiny fish. Because they don't have to hide, really, just because I know most sea predators are larger in size, like sharks and whales. So I think sea wings would be larger as well, just because they're predators. They don't have a reason to hide just because they're like an apex predator. So there's that. While we're still here, I want to talk about coloring just because I don't have enough script here, so I'll just add this in. Anyways, so canon, their sea wing canon designs, they are cool colors, minus anemone being pink, but anyways, so in the ocean there's so many colors. Why limit sea wings to just cool colors? They could be any color. Although, of course, I would keep them mainly cool colors, but I would love to see like accents of yellows and oranges, maybe some reds in there, um, just to add a little pizzazz to them because, why just do something boring? You could add as many colors as possible, make them look like a fish, make them look like Nemo, I don't know, something fun like that. So, I want to be a little more, what's the word? I want to be a little more unique with my coloring for ceilings and patterns as well. So these scale patterns won't actually be what I will always do. This will just be like the base, clearly. So, And now, rain wings. I like to keep rain wings long and elegant with a slim tail, which could still be strong enough to wrap around tree limbs, I would imagine. I would hope. You can't see their horns well because of the frill I did. It was ginormous. But I made the horn curl more inwards, just for fun. I do like to keep the wings and frill similar in shape, sort of petal-like, which kind of, I guess, makes sense since they're rain wings and they live in the rainforest. Lots of flowers, tropical stuff, whatever. I do think I made the wings a little too big. They need small wings to get through the crowded rainforest, and they can't do that with giant skywing-sized wings. So, excuse that, and that notification. Gosh darn. I used to hate drawing their eye thing, like the little ridge, the eye ridge, whatever, but I decided to draw it today and I like it a lot, so I'll definitely be drawing them with it from now on, I think, unless I'm doing like a front facing one. That's so hard. But I rarely draw scale patterns on rain wings, just because of the fact that I prefer to make up random patterns for each rain wing I draw. And it makes sense too because their scales change colors and they can change patterns as well. So, there's that. Their spine spikes, spine, scale, no. Yeah, spikes. Their spikes along their spines are, slightly pointy, I would imagine too. Yeah, for some reason this drawing, I don't know what up was with it or something like that, but like the head came out like smaller than a lot of the other ones, and I kind of like it. It turned out nice, I guess. So like I'm not complaining over here. It's good, but it's super random. Okay, I gotta stop rambling over here. But anyways, that's it for this video. I don't really have any more tips or whatever. I like how these drawings turned out, and I hope my thoughts on the tribes helped you. And I didn't really give tips or like how to, it wasn't a how-to video, so I clearly haven't improved on my drawing lessons since making my previous how-tos. So sorry about that, y'all. Oh my gosh, the notifications. Anyways, I'm really bad about, doing that, but maybe I can do in the future like a full-length tutorial video on like draw this line and that line to make a dragon, and hopefully that might help. But let me know if you want something like that. So anyways, make sure to check the description before asking questions. You will also find a link to a folder with these bases, which are free to use, so credit would be appreciated. However, you don't need it to actually use the base. Well, anywho, I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. Their canon scale design patterns never Their canon scale patterns never interest me. And so, however, I have been trying to make, I decided, we're trying that.